Can you stand on the tallest peak, winds and sleet buffeting your skin, until the trees wither and the mountains fall into the sea?
Hello and welcome to the In Need of Sunlight guide to the new world boss Niuzao in the patch 5.4 PTR. Please remember this is PTR and is not representative of the product on release. Okay, so the first ability you need to look out for is called Massive Quake. This will inflict around 100,000 damage on all players every second and is unavoidable unless you leave the fight area. Interestingly, on the dungeon journal, this is marked with a healer warning suggesting that raid cooldowns should be used here. I don't think this will be a particularly popular fight as it almost forces you to be in a group to kill it, due to the amounts of damage you will be taking, and this is the only fight I've done so far in the PTR that I would like to see changed before the release of the patch. The second ability Niuzao will use is called Charge. He runs around the Celestial Court clockwise and inflicts 500,000 damage to any players he comes in contact with. Do note, however, that he only uses this ability twice in the encounter at 66 and 33% health, and it is easily avoidable by tracing his path so you don't get caught in front of him. It's important to note that Niuzao will still take damage during this phase and all of his ability cooldowns will still progress, meaning that if he were to cast, say, Mighty Quake during the phase, he will cast it immediately afterwards instead. It's also important to note that the damage of these two abilities will increase with Ox and Fortitude, which I will talk about later on in the video. The next ability I'm going to talk about is mainly for the tanks to take note of. Headbutt will inflict 1 million damage to whoever is currently tanking the boss, so it would be smart to use all of your defensive cooldowns the second you see it coming. Afterwards, you will lose all of your threat and the aggro will pass to the next highest threat generating person, so tanks want to pass the aggro around based on their cooldowns, yet again forcing group play on the other players. Tanks will also want to note that this ability is a knockback, although that's probably for the best to prevent you getting attacked before the aggro drop is taken into account, and was probably designed with that in mind. The final thing to take into account is an ability called Ox and Fortitude. This is a buff that Niuzao will periodically cast on himself and gives him 10% bonus damage stacking. This means that the aim of the boss will be to kill it as fast as possible, as the longer the fight lasts, the more damage he will do and the smaller chance of success you will have in the encounter. Loot has now been added to these bosses and I can confirm that they drop tier 16 legs and gloves, as well as the new season of PvP gear and those crappy gold chests that we've grown to know and love. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment, rate and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you next time.